I don't want to hear it.
Good evening. Welcome to another A Contagious Smile Unstoppable. I am Victoria with my husband, Michael, who
Howdy, y'all.
always says, I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what to talk about. Yet, here he is to talk with his wife. So, what's happening?
This is your show, woman.
It's not my show, it's our show.
You start this off. You want to talk about what's going on right now in court?
Okay, let's talk about this. So, there is a student who is he 18? He's 18.
Should be by now.
Right.
A year.
Who attacked his teacher or a teacher,
Teacher's aide.
aide, for taking away his Nintendo Switch. And literally right hooked this teacher, aide, and teacher goes out on the ground unconscious. I've seen the video, Michael's seen the video, and several people just walk by when this is happening. What is your take on this?
That's it.
Well, I wanted to see what you had to say since you're fidgeting and looking at everything. I wanted
I
to.
was thinking about. So yes, it's horrible that you got a 6'6", 270-pound kid whooping on anyone, right? Because you're going to outweigh, and you're
That's a big boy.
yes, I'm 6'1" and I'm 270. I drink a lot of beer, y'all.
Oh my God.
But this kid was massive compared to that female, right? And that right hook clearly, even though the camera blurs her face, you could tell he hooked her because she immediately went out. He didn't push her to the ground. Her head didn't strike the ground, and then she became unconscious. He walloped her, and she was out.
Right.
Good thing, because she didn't feel all the brutality that he
She'll
commits.
feel it when she wakes up, I promise you.
Yeah. And I'm glad she's doing better. Still said that she's still not okay. But here's this big hoss of a kid, whether or not he's mentally challenged in special education or is just a normal student. That doesn't matter at this point. We have, and what got me, the very first thing that I saw was this white man in what appeared to be a uniform, and I hesitate to say Marine, but it was khaki brown and dark color breeches with a stripe down the outside of the leg, with an ID badge on, and that's indicative of Marines or some type of JRTC. Several comments mentioned that it possibly was a Marine or JROTC in the high school. How nonchalantly and casually he assessed the situation while on his cell phone, approached the situation, and continued to non-emergency fashion move at a leisurely walk to attempt to break up the fight or the beating. And it is so atrocious that a man would do that, right? That he would go in defense of another human being ASAP. I mean, just go. Drop everything.
Not everybody's going to do that. Not everybody drops to assist.
Okay. Now, that brings me to the second thing. If he was in JROTC or a Marine, as some surmise, then he has training. He has special training. He has a special mindset. Hell, he even has first aid, CPR, probably AED under his belt. So he can render aid after everything's over. And that apparently didn't happen at the end of the video. But if you're any type of military or law enforcement, you have a call to action. You jump, you go.
What about the military who causes the action?
Well, this was a kid. We're not talking about the military right now.
Okay.
Okay. We're talking about his response. Okay. Lacked much to be desired. Marines, I'm not hating on y'all. I was Air Force. I'm not hating on my military, but
well, let's not go up.
If this was the case, and he was, there needs to be some consequences on his end. So that's the second thing that got me. First is the size of the kid after he waylaid the female, and then the response of just that one gentleman. That one guy could have cut down the brutality by at least half. Had he ran and tackled the boy, got him out and away from her.
Now, the mom of this 18-year-old is begging the court for leniency because she says he can't handle being incarcerated. And now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I read that they are going to sue the school for this kid getting that irate, but he felt the need to have to get physical with the teacher. They're going to sue the school over it.
Of course they are. The coffee's too hot.
So that's what is so ironic to me, is that they're going to go back in school and sue the school. I want to make sure I get this correct. By weareteachers.com, do you know that in school, 90,000 kids are hospitalized for intentional injuries that happen on the school grounds every year? Let that sink in. 90,000 students are hospitalized for intentional injuries that happen on school grounds every year. And this is from weareteachers.com. And they're saying that there are abrasions, lacerations, fractures, brain injuries, sprains, and unknown. 68% are males, 32% are females, with the average ages starting between 5 and 9 years of age.
Okay, wait a minute. There's some questions here.
Okay.
Okay. A, who are the injuries from? It doesn't say. Are they from teachers, students, or self-inflicted? I mean, come on. It says intentional injuries, fractures.
That happened
35%.
while at school.
Who fractures their own self?
I'm talking about while at school.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
on school
either
grounds.
this is from students or teachers.
But those numbers are just
I mean,
crazy.
an abrasion, I can understand. The kid walks up the stairs, trips, falls, now he's got an abrasion and a sprain. Okay, maybe he has a compound fracture. Okay, that's understandable. Okay, is that intentional? No. Was he skateboarding at the time? Yes. Now, is that intentional? Yes.
And if you scroll down a little further, they have another little photograph, if you will, that says rounded percentages are based on 700 media accounts of violent incidences that transpired in schools. Single events targeted one or two individuals that claimed 3/4 of lives lost in school incidences. Most assailants, 75%, were students. Guns were involved in more than 2/3 of deaths in a single event. That's crazy. That's so crazy. I mean, that's just crazy. This is school.
So,
And school violence, sorry, they're actually saying, and I was trying to get a number before the show, but they were too diverse before I could get an average number. But the number of violent acts are on the rise the most in elementary schools.
so I understand about self-preservation. Okay, folks don't want to get involved in a fight. They don't want to get hurt. They don't want to get any type of injury. I understand that. My wife and I would carry everywhere. If something were to happen, we're going to first put our child safely on the ground behind a barricade or something, and then we're both going to draw down because we're gonna prepare and we're gonna plan for the worst. Okay. I just don't. I fail to understand why you had all those individuals, teachers, and I saw a student in the background. Why they didn't have the proper training to restrain an individual. Okay, you've got, I believe there was a total of 18 people on the scene at some point. Okay, if you have at least 3 people, right? Let's put one teacher on each arm, at least.
And interlock their
Okay.
arms with them, right?
That's right. That's all you need. Okay, hands kill people. Or was he kicking her? Yes, he was kicking her. Okay, have the biggest, fattest,
Drag him away, like
jelly
literally
donut,
just
sit
move
on it.
him.
Right, sit on his legs.
Well, then they'd sue him even more for child abuse. But I'm saying to de-escalate the situation, interlock their arms, and at least move him,
Exactly.
move his physical person away from this individual on the ground.
We don't send our kids to school to get beat. We don't send our teachers, our wives, our daughters to school to get beat. Okay.
Very true. I just, this is why I believe teachers should not have the authority to paddle kids, which we talked about last time.
Mhm.
I just don't. I don't think anybody should have a right to do it.
So in this aspect, as it probably will get worse, because we see school shootings all the time.
Mhm.
These elementary kids are packing so many guns and arsenals and manifestos. And
125-page manifesto.
and still coming to school, getting inside the school with them.
Yeah.
Are we gonna go to 100% stay at home, Zoom, whatever, vibe, online? You see that coming
Possibly the number of homeschools
next
are getting
10 to
bigger and
20
bigger.
years?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't allow Faith to go to public school because of all of this. I mean,
No,
this is
I just
ridiculous.
watch, several videos of students hitting, the teachers and, even some teachers kicking students. I mean, it goes both ways.
Well, yes, it does. It does definitely go both ways. But when Faith was in elementary, the high school had a mass incident, and they locked down the elementary school because the suspect was on the loose and was on the grounds. And I was like, yeah, that's no, 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 not okay. These are not things that we had to worry about when we were in school. We never had to worry about this stuff ever. That was nothing we had to be, aware of.
Well,
And that's not what we should have to be concerned with.
So here's a probably something you didn't know. I'm sharing this on air for my wife. As a kid growing up, I was a little chunky.
I knew this, but I didn't think you were
Chunky.
No,
Yes, I was chunky.
I saw so many pictures.
So I got picked on. I got bullied a lot in middle school. A lot. And particularly by this one kid. He was a big old hefty.
And you got picked on, but he was a big hefty boy.
Yes.
He was like a Shoney's. What wasn't it
corn-fed
Shoney's
husk.
boy?
Huh?
Shoney's boy. What was it?
But anyway, he bullied me. He bullied other kids. And one day I stood up to him. One day I fought back and stood up to him. We got in a fight. We became friends. Then my dumbass
Is this going where I think it's going?
took on his mannerism, and I became a bully. Yes.
Is it who I think it is?
No. But yeah.
Is it who I think it is?
No. I had no idea what you're talking about.
You're
No.
No.
Anyway,
I can't see you as a bully.
I don't know.
It's kind of like, everybody told me when you were a cop, oh my God, he's so intimidating. And I'm like, who? And they'd say you. And I'm like, you have an Asian cop named you? Because I know you're talking about him. Like, everybody was so intimidated by you. And I was just,
No, I'm a big softie.
Oh, well, let's talk
My
about
daughter will tell you that.
No. Your daughter?
Mhm.
No.
Our special daughter, who is in the bedroom right now, probably watching one of those stupid YouTube videos about ghost hauntings.
Well, let's go and take this to the left side for a second. So while we're having dinner, and
that I cooked, y'all.
Oh my God, it was out of a box. That doesn't constitute cooking. That's called defrosting. So my husband defrosts these tacos that Faith came across and learned about at Costco that she thought were amazing. And she wanted to have taco night with Dad. So they're eating their tacos and Faith and Dad are talking and whatever. And Dad is telling us about his TikTok page. What's the name of your TikTok page?
Well, it's the TikTok shop I'm setting up.
What's the name of it?
TikTok shop.
How would somebody find it?
I would come up on their For You page under TikTok, or they just look at my name.
So they have to search your name.
But yes, we'll plug it later.
Anyway, so we're talking about Dad's TikTok shop, and I get a message on my phone from nobody other than Abby Lee Miller.
Who?
I'm act like you didn't say that. Abby Lee Miller. Now, hold on a minute. First and foremost, anybody who's ever had any kind of dance training or dance experience, or somebody who loves to watch binge TV shows, whatever, knows who Abby Lee Miller is. JoJo, I can't say her last name. Faith said it earlier. I got it wrong. JoJo came from her training, and JoJo is a proud, like amazing young woman who trained with Abby Lee, and JoJo was on Dancing with the Stars and a bunch of other things, and JoJo has come out as a lesbian, and she is an amazing young lady. I just think the world of JoJo. So anyway,
Siwa Karma?
Siwa,
Siwa.
JoJo's Siwa. Anyway, she was always, when she was on Abby's show, she had these big cute bows in her hair. But
Okay, so she was
anyway,
a student
she was
of Abigail.
don't call her Abigail. It's
Okay.
Abby Lee Miller.
I'm sorry.
It's Abby Lee Miller. Now,
Sorry, Abby.
so many times when Faith and I would be in the hospital and we're up all night, because we all know you don't get to rest in the hospital, we would watch reruns of Dance Moms or Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition or, whatever. And we always saw like the pyramid they would do, and they would learn these new routines, and Abby was a force to be reckoned with, right? And then there's the moms, right? The drama moms. And she had so many seasons of success, Abby Lee. And then, bless her heart, she had a really rough patch. Like, I was so upset for her when her dog passed away and her mom was very sick, and Abby ended up becoming incarcerated for something that's behind her, and she's overcome it, and good for her. And she got very sick, and now, without telling her whole story because it's hers to be inspired by, she is up and moving and amazing and an inspiration, to say the least. And she had sent this message video over talking about how amazing Faith is, and that she put Faith on the top of the pyramid, and she wants to come on and have Faith interview her. And I was dumbfounded because I think that this woman's story of strength needs to be out there, and it's amazing and inspiring. And it's hilarious because people just have this mentality that you don't screw with Abby Lee because she will snap your shit in service so quick. It's not funny.
They say that about you.
Okay. But I loved watching her because the controversy around her. And, either people loved her or hated to love her or loved to hate her. And everything she's overcome, you can't help but be in her corner, you know. And then you watch them tour and get on the tour bus and the drama of all the moms. And I would sit there and think, oh my God, I don't know if I could ride a bus for 4, 6,
No way.
8 hours every
No.
week with like 8 drama moms who are all just itching to get their kid on that front line. And there's Abby in there going, oh my God, on the bus every week. And it's hilarious. Anyway, I'm so inspired by her. I can't wait to have her go on Faith podcast. I don't know if Logan will be on there with her for this one or not, but she is such an inspiration. She looked amazing in the video. She looked absolutely amazing. I know that she's no longer in her wheelchair, which I can't wait to get her story behind. And I'm so just in awe of that.
That's very inspirational.
Because she kept fighting and she fought and she fought and she fought. And my hat's off to her for that
I
one.
hope y'all hear the whole story.
Yeah. Because she, went from everything to nothing and back up again. Good for her. Like, good for her. And she looks fantastic. I mean, I can only see her from the waist up in the video, but she's a beautiful, inspiring person that I can't wait to tell the story now that I've kind of way off in left field. But that was super exciting. So that I hope will get scheduled here in the near future. And what else? Faith has a couple of appointments this week. So we will go get a CAT scan done. And then we will go back to the surgeon to see what all's going on there. She's starting to get her appetite back.
Yeah, for those y'all keep following Faith, her wound is almost completely, well, according to doctors, it's healed up. It's all closed.
It's almost all closed.
Yeah, we got a couple little places that still have the scab over, but yeah, she's looking great. She's getting her weight back up.
Little by little.
Definitely her attitude, her sass.
And if you guys can, and you go to supermom.com, somebody put us out there. I don't know who nominated us, but we've already made the first cut, and we are in the top 20 remaining entries to
what website?
I think it's Supermom.
Top 20 entries for what?
It's called thesupermom.org. And if you go on and look, we are currently in 5th place for this opportunity to be in Women's World magazine and win a trip to Palm Springs and take home $20,000, which would be amazing because, first of all, we haven't been on a vacation since before Faith was born, except to do her Make-A-Wish. And that was the only time we've ever been anywhere. Then you have 4 days left. We are already in the top. We are in the left over last 20 contestants. So, and it is for Children's Miracle Network. And I think that's how we got in there, is because Faith was a finalist for Children's Miracle Network several years ago. And the $20,000 would help tremendously in so many ways, because as y'all all know, we are still working with special needs families. We're still working with survivors of domestic violence. We're still working with, lots of kids, and it would still help us, with all the offsetting of the costs we hadn't been expecting. Michael and I were talking about it, is that I haven't normally, I think I fill up the gas in my vehicle like every 2 weeks,
2 weeks,
maybe. Yeah. And I'm doing it at least twice a week right now, if not more. Gas, and then you talking about just parking is like $40 to $50 a week on top of it. And when you have, these 3-hour round trip appointments, and then you have appointments in between, and you stop to get a quick bite to eat, it adds up tremendously very quickly. And so part of that would go to helping us with paying that off as well. So please, it's free to vote. It's amazing, and we love the opportunity to help other families as well. So that's going on, and that is super exciting.
Of other families, I've got a lot of replies back from individuals, and even some of my current customers who have commented about how happy the families are with the puppies that they receive from us.
That's recently. Amazing. That's amazing.
And how wonderful the puppies are doing in their new environment.
I did post maybe 10 to 15 pictures of the different puppies with their different new mommies and daddies and families, and everybody loved them. Everybody. And they're all talking about how happy they are, and the dogs are so happy. And it's a beautiful thing to see, but it's hard because you can't help but not get attached to these beautiful little bundles of love, and then you just feel like, they're doing so good for somebody, but then you got to, for a moment, are selfish, and you're like, I really miss them.
Dude, every time I come home, there's nobody to bark at me, to greet me at the fence with a toy. So there's a whole.
Your mom over?
There's a whole to be filled.
Oh, that was funny. You didn't even laugh. That really was funny. Faith would have said it.
We're focused on our daughter right now and getting her health back up. I hope within this year, within half this year, we can get her off the feeding tube.
She worked her ass off to get it off.
We can get rid of it about 110-ish.
That would be amazing.
Then, yeah.
But I mean, she worked for 16 years and got rid of that feeding tube. And they put it back. And it was the most heart-wrenching thing when we saw her face when she learned that it was back. And it was like, I did all that for nothing. I mean, how do you look at your child and try to console that? That's quite the challenge.
Yep. I was just looking at Amazon making delivery to our neighbor's house. But like I was telling my wife earlier, most things are being delivered. So why not do affiliate marketing where you're promoting other people's products? Because that's the way we're going, y'all. We sit on our butts at the house, or we work from home, and we buy everything online, or we buy most things. My wife and I personally don't go to, and I'm not mentioning this name, but I'm gonna call it Walmart.
Wally World.
Yeah. Man, we go there once. Oh God, I bet I ain't been there in 3 months.
Oh, it's been longer than that since
Yeah.
I've been there.
I mean, we love Costco.
I'm a
Yeah,
Costco,
yeah.
fanatic.
Go to Costco a lot.
I love
if
Costco.
you got Sam's, and it's the same thing. But yeah, why not? Jump on the wagon and start selling, helping sell products, because that's what we're doing. We're just buying online.
Right.
So, hey,
And
Stucco.
That's not
come to
Stucco,
visit.
that's
I mean,
Rusty.
Rusty.
That's our
Hey,
cover.
Stucco.
There's Mama Stucco on.
Hey, Uno. Oh.
So also we have created a brand new activity book, which is really sweet. And it is for our Moms and Mother's Day. That is 2 weeks away. I can't believe Mother's Day is 2 weeks away. And we've cut the price 75%. So it's $5.95 right now. And it's an activity book that you can do with your little ones, create lifelong memories. I know with Faith, every time she's drawn anything, like most parents, we keep it as a memento of that year or what have you. And there are so many fun things in this activity book that you get to do with your kids. And there's even some really awesome coupons for your kids to give our special moms to let us have time to ourselves. So these things are amazing. I wanted to make sure it was priced reasonably so everybody could get it. So it's $5.95. You can go to, let me make sure, if you go to PODIA, PODIA, and put in a contagious smile, it should give you the opportunity to find that, plus all the other amazing things that we offer. So you would do poda.contagiousmile.com, and it would show you all of the options. We are doing classes and such other things, so you can learn about all of that there, as well as the new activity book we did for moms. And it's also linked on our Facebook. You can also go to our Facebook page, which if you're on Facebook, it's just a Contagious Smile. And the link for the Mother's Day memory making activity book is there for you just to click on and go right to.
Awesome.
Give us a good share for the week. Give us a good thought or memory or whatever for the week.
A good share. Dads. Let me talk to you, dads.
Mother's Day is only 2 weeks away. Get off your rumpus and do something nice for your
Dads.
moms. If you have one. We don't, but if you have one.
Definitely. Get your wife flyers.
What?
Flyers.
What is a flat? Say it again.
Flyers.
Flyers?
No, flyers.
A flyer.
Roses
A flyer.
and things like that. Before they're marked up to
They
30
mark them up
bucks.
like 300%.
Get it early, set it to the side a couple days before, and then surprise her.
Are you gonna do that?
Don't be that guy like I usually am. That goes into Kroger on his way home from work on Mother's Day
No, because you don't work on Mother's Day ever. It's on Sundays.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So get them.
That's not a good move
And
for the
back
week.
to my wife.
No, you're supposed to share
And I said
something.
flyers.
Liars.
FLOWERS.
Is it O or zero?
That was O.
Oh,
O.
oh, oh, oh. So, what's the best part of this whole week for you this week, Ben? What's the best part, Ben?
Well, I took a nap today.
One. That's a
Uh-huh.
slow day for you.
Had a beer yesterday. Had pizza yesterday. Ooh, that's good pizza.
Pisha?
Pizza.
Pisha.
Mhm.
Pisha.
Pizza.
That's not really the good memory.
So basically, I spent time with family. I sat on my butt at the house and didn't do much anything. Helped our daughter clean her out her room.
Which is still not complete.
No, I did get most of it swept, mopped, and deorganized and
Deorganized?
deorganized.
Deorganized. I want to know how many.
You're the one with the doctor, not me. So I'm not expected to speak proper English.
English. I want to know how many women out there. Now, I understand we support our men and spouse when they have their hobbies or extracurricular activities. When we build our forever home, and my husband can't wait to go hunting for Bambi. And he wants to gut it and kill it, obviously, and whatever. And he's like, wait till you get the smell of the contents of the stomach, yada, 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 yada. Now, not everybody agrees with this, that, killing a deer or whatever, it's inhuman, it's cruelty to an animal. People find, they're one side or the other about this. I wonder how many women would be like, honey, I support your need for feeling like a man and going out there and hunt and kill and whatever. But how many of you are like, listen, go get a porta-fridge or a little Coleman cooler and take that somewhere else. And if you have to do it, you put that meat in that freezer, not in my kitchen, not in our home. It stays out. And then get one of those like campfire little, what do you call them, little burner things where you can sit outside and put a little frying pan or whatever on there. And then you can like put the meat there, get a couple of pieces of bread and smear that on in there. Then, by all means, I'll support you 1,000,000%. I don't want Bambi cooked in my kitchen, in my cookware. Just saying. And you're like, it's the same as chicken. It is not the same as chicken. It is not. Bambi is beautiful. Bambis are just, and I'm talking about the animal, not exits. I'm talking about beautiful, beautiful animals. And I support your hunting, completely support your hunting. I just do not support the moving in of the poor meat of this animal into our freezer for you to cook it on my cookware at that point. Everything is ours until that minute. Take it outside on one of those like Jiffy Pop burner things, camp burner thingamajiggies. He's laughing profusely at me. And, cook it out there, slap it on some 2 pieces of bread or whatever you do, and enjoy. And then floss, rinse, gargle, spit, repeat, like times 10. But I support you.
Okay, so you know how much flack you're gonna get for this.
I don't care. I support you. I'll go shooting with you, but it doesn't need to be a deer or a rabbit. I just think that's not okay. That's just, it's not okay. Keanu Reeves is saying it amazing. He says, why is it okay to put great animals down, but predators and sex offenders can stay? I'm just saying.
I'm okay with that.
I'm just saying.
I'm not eating them.
Okay, I'm not eating Bambi. I have smelled deer cooking before, and it is an extremely acquired taste. One I do not have. It is not. Why are you laughing at me?
You're funny.
Why?
Because I'm gonna cook it one night. You're not gonna know it.
Oh, I won't eat it.
I know you.
But I'm just saying, like I would support you 1,000,000%. And if I was gonna do something that I knew was gonna like make you a little on the nauseous side, I wouldn't do it right under your nose. That's all I'm saying. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, you mean like watch that Dr. Pimple zip pop?
That's between you and your daughter.
That is disgusting.
That is between you and your daughter. Who watched Saw 10 last night?
Well, that was daddy-daughter movie night.
It's disgusting, especially being I'm an amputee.
They only amputated lady's leg
I don't care.
and then her head.
So they decapitated her. Good old family movie time. Wow, the values that we're teaching our children is that it's okay to like behead.
Well, the moral of the story was
There was one?
yes,
Shock.
they lied, cheated, conned John Kramer.
Who's John Kramer?
Jigsaw.
What do you mean jigsaw?
Let's forget it.
Remember, I only
You
saw
haven't
the
watched
first.
one.
Full loading. I watched the first one with you when we dated 25 years ago. And what? You had me sit in and you lied to me about what it was. You said it was some action psychological thriller about like something that with like a like not I don't remember what you called it, but you did not tell me it was a horror movie 25 years ago.
What?
And I sat in that
It was
movie
not
theater
horror.
with you. It was so nasty. And you were laughing through the movie. It's nasty.
Oh,
That's just gross. I don't understand.
you understand a lot.
I do, but I don't understand something at all. That's where I am challenged because some things I just can't comprehend.
Oh, all righty then. That was a good episode.
You have a thought for the week?
The week?
Yeah. Are you going to podcast with me again before next week? No. Yeah, right.
I've got one under my belt.
You got one what?
A podcast under my belt. When I want to be lazy.
No, you don't.
Haven't heard from y'all in a long time. Been checking my emails.
You started checking your emails?
I did.
Yeah. How many did you have?
I haven't checked Facebook. In case somebody wants to come into the group, y'all forgive me for that. But yeah, y'all reach out to me, Solomon, the number 4 at thecontagiousmile.com. Any questions, concerns, comments? You agree with my wife? Disagree? You want to tell her, oh, I'm a woman and I love me some deer meat. It's good. I ate my cereal. Yeah. We need to hear those comments. I'm getting the green stink out from the wife. See that gorgeous green eyes, the match her fire red hair.
You're still not cooking Bambi in my house.
Woman, since when is your house?
When you try to bring that shit up in the house.
Woman, it's our house.
It'd be
Home.
our home.
See now.
Yeah, but not in my cookware. Negatore, mi amore.
Bye, y'all.
That's just so nice. It's just
Well, you had too much of a silence. You had more than 1 second silence in there. You can't have that.
Says who?
Says all the statistics.
When did you read this?
When I'm trying to do my TikTok shop,
How's that going?
you have to constantly talk. You have to constantly move. You can't be still pictures. All this. Oh,
Still pictures.
yes, it's a lot. So when we
What are you
get
gonna be
there,
selling on your TikTok shop?
whatever I can.
Like what?
Makeup.
You're gonna sell makeup.
I'm going to sell makeup.
You gonna let Faith put it on you?
I'll put it on the dog.
You're putting it on the dog.
If it'll sell,
You're not putting it on the dog.
I'll put it on the dog.
No, you won't. Be your dog. It'll be a Uno.
Ooh, I buy a mannequin.
She has one.
That is not a mannequin.
Yes, it is. Faith has a mannequin.
That is a bust.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
She's a facial mannequin?
Mhm.
Okay.
But we also have you.
No.
Uh-huh.
No, you ain't putting nothing on me.
Uh-huh.
Because then they'd be thinking you're married to a cross-dresser.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong? What world do you live in?
I don't know. Somebody who thinks they're gonna cook Bambi in my kitchen.
You obviously in the wrong world, wrong country, wrong universe.
You think
I'm
you're gonna cook
cross-dressing. I only wore a dress one time in my life.
picture.
Well, you keep that picture as a memento.
As a what?
Memento. That was a wicked movie. Y'all check
I
it out.
haven't seen that either.
Oh, it's good. What's his name? I can't think of his Pierce Brosnan? No, Guy Pearce.
Who?
Guy Pearce. I think that was him.
Who's the best James Bond we've ever had?
What? Roger Moore.
You're
Sure, out of your mind.
They only give him like
Don't
what?
say Sean. Do not say. No.
Making, not stead. Are you crazy?
No.
That man got sexier in age. That man was hot at 80 years old.
You're not
God
old
rest
enough
his
to
soul.
remember.
Yes, I am. He didn't get, like, how many did he do? I'm sorry.
Bull, he done all of them.
Bullshit. He did not. Hey, Siri,
Oh, Lord.
how many
That's not quite the
007 movies did Roger Moore do? Like one.
Exactly.
7. Woohoo. Hey, Siri, how many movies for 007 did Sean Connery play in? But everybody says Sean Connery's the better James Bond.
Whatever.
He was. Nobody remembers the other ones Roger Moore was in, obviously. I only could remember one.
Really?
Yes.
Which was what?
I don't even remember.
You just said you remember.
I did, but I can't remember the name of the movie. But I mean, how many James Bonds can you actually name that there's been?
Oh, there will be Octopussy.
No, not the titles, but the actors.
How many actors?
Name the actors who have portrayed James Bond. And why, of course, is the first one that comes out of your mouth Octopussy?
I thought you said name them.
Not A View to a Kill. Not any of the other ones. It, of course.
I don't know.
What am I going to do with you? No more than a second silence, mister.
Well, you better close it out.
Welcome to our marriage. And yes, we're actually always like this, aren't we?
25 years.
25
Ain't
years.
growing.
Wasn't that a commercial back there? Something ain't growing.
Hmm.
Not Bambi. Of course you don't. Thank you for my ice maker gift.
Thank y'all for listening.
What do you say? Not howdy, but what?
Bye, y'all.
That's the country way of saying
That's
bye. Bye, y'all. Can you say like talk to you later? Come on, do it. Do it. Talk to you later.